Alright guys, what's happening? Welcome back to another video, and today we are doing our voting for the all MLB teams. Thought this one would be a fun one. I'm not gonna try to fanboy too much. I'll try to give it to the players who actually deserve it, but I also might fanboy at the same time and just pick my favorite players. That's also an option. If you guys like this content, make sure to like and subscribe as always. And yeah, let's get into this. Actually, before we get into this, I made a trade deadline video about the NFL. If you guys haven't checked that video out, make sure to go check it out. But let's get into this. So, starting off, we got first base with Jose Abreu, Brandon Belt, Freddie Freeman, Paul Goldschmidt, Dom Smith, and Luke Voigt. Luke Voigt went off with the power, but I don't think his average is high enough for him to get my vote. Dom Smith kind of came on pretty late, although he did have a great year. Goldschmidt didn't hit for a whole lot of power. For me, it's really between Freddie Freeman and Jose Abreu. You guys know that I'm a White Sox fan and a Cubs fan. I know it's weird, but trust me, I am. Freddie Freeman had a great year, but so did Abreu. And for looking at this, his average is better, but Abreu has more home runs and RBIs. And I know RBIs don't matter that much, but and his OPS. So I'm gonna go Jose Abreu anyways. He doesn't have. Does he have an all MLB team? I keep wanting to say it a different sport. I'm not sure, but my picks for Jose Abreu. Had a great year. I think he deserves it. Another great pick would be Freddie Freeman. Anyone else, I assume it's just your favorite player. Moving on to second, Kevin Biggio, Robbie Cano, Jay Cronenworth, Cesar Hernandez, DJ LeMahieu, Brendan Lau, and Donovan Solano. Alright, so to be honest, I can pretty much eliminate everyone here except LeMahieu and Lau. And that's just because, like, Solano had a great year, but the dude didn't hit for any power. He hit for average. Hernandez, I don't even know why he's on here. Cronenworth, he's a rookie. He had a good year, but, like, he's not all MLB team. Robbie Cano, don't you know, also had a great year. Actually, I probably should talk about him more. He doesn't deserve this with the other guys, but Biggio too, like, It's definitely between LeMahieu and Lau. Lau having the more home runs and RBIs. Again, his average is significantly lower and his OPS is lower. And it's the same thing. It's like, do I go with Lau or do I go with LeMahieu, even though he had the better average and OPS? I want to go. LeMahieu is the easy pick here, guys. Let's be honest. He had a better year. He should be my pick. But, you know what? I'm going to go Brandon Lau, show him some love. He did have a great year and kind of came out as, like, showing that he's one of the best second basemen in baseball, if not the best. But LeMahieu's going to take this spot. And who knows, LeMahieu might not be on the Yankees after this year. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, Brandon Lau, that's going to be my pick. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Alright, let's move on to shortstop. We got Tim Anderson, Xander Bogaerts, David Fletcher. David Fletcher at short. What? David Fletcher's a second baseman and played some third. Andrelton Simmons played short. What are you talking about? Anyways. Iglesias, Seager, Story, Dansby, Tatis, and Trey Turner. This is a tough one. But really not a tough one. Tim Anderson had a great year. He is a beast. We're looking at these stats, like, I think he was better than Xander Bogaerts. It's pretty comparable, though. David Fletcher, not sure why he's here for shortstop, to be honest. Iglesias, hit for contact, that's it. Corey Seager also had a monster year. Trevor Story was good. Dansby, he was alright. I don't know why he's on here, to be honest. He did have a very much improved season, though. I'll give him that. Tatis was a beast, had a whole bunch of bombs, a lot of stolen bases. And then Trey Turner was also amazing. You know, I want to vote Corey Seager, but he did just get, like, World Series MVP or Playoff MVP. I don't know which one. I didn't care. But for that reason, he's not going to get my vote. And you can hate me if you want, but, like, let's show someone else some love. I'm going to go, let's go Trey Turner here. Was an absolute beast this year. Never really hit for the power, but this year he did, and that kind of makes him a complete player because he was elite in terms of average and hitting for contact, elite at defense, elite speed, one of the fastest guys in baseball, and now that he's hitting for power, I think he might be the complete package, and he's going to get my vote for this year. Now, guys, you can vote every single day. Like, I think once every 24 hours you can go back and vote, so don't worry, don't think my vote counts for a whole lot. If you guys are really worried about, oh man, you should have voted for this guy, well then just go vote twice and cancel it out. I don't really care. Let's move into third. This is, we got Brian Anderson, Alec Bohm, Manny Machado, Jose Ramirez, Anthony Rendon, Justin Turner, and Gio Urshela. Urshela actually had a pretty nice year. We don't really see the power, but much improved in the field. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't know. He was atrocious in the field at one point, and this year he just looked good. I don't know. Alec Bohm as a rookie didn't play a whole lot. That's why we kind of see his average maybe inflated and the home runs a little down. Brian Anderson, like, he's not getting my vote. Manny Machado is an absolute beast, and that's who's going to get my vote. I'm sorry. There was no one better than Manny Machado. Just an absolute beast this year. Jose Ramirez is very comparable. I lied. Jose Ramirez almost had the same year, to be honest. We look at the numbers, and they're pretty similar. Some can argue that Ramirez had a better year, but Manny Machado, he had a rough last year, and he kind of bounced back in this shortened season. Rendon started off cold. That's why we don't see his normal kind of numbers. Turner was all right. Urshela, we're missing like all our big third basemen because everyone had off years. Like no Chris Bryant, no Nolan Arenado. Geez, bad. I said that's all I can think of at the moment. But I don't know. Those are significant names that are not on here, and I guarantee there's more. I'm just not thinking of them at the moment. So, all right, let's move on. Let's move on to catcher. Catcher is a weird position. A lot of guys broke out, especially this top guy here, Travis d'Arnaud. Then we got Grandal, Murphy, Nola, Perez, JT, Realmuto, and Will Smith. So we all know that JT is the best catcher in baseball. You can argue. No, you can't argue. He is the best catcher. Grandal might have been there, but he's just not overall better than JT. JT's really well balanced. He can hit for contact, he can hit for power, has good speed, has good defense. That's what you got to keep in mind with a lot of these players is you got to think of defense. And so far, all my picks so far, they all can play defense. Maybe not Brandon Lowe. He's not the best at second, but Brady's pretty decent at first. Manny Machado's great at third. Trey Turner's not too bad at short. So moving back to this though, d'Arnaud, he might get my vote here to be completely honest with you. Like JT didn't really hit that much for average. He can do it all. He is the best catcher. I don't know if I want to give him my vote, to be honest. Will Smith had a great year, too. We see no Wilson Contreras. He didn't have a good year. Salvador Perez is really hard to pass on here. But I'm going to give it to Travis d'Arnaud. I feel like he's very underrated. Kind of came out of nowhere this year, to be honest. He hasn't been a great hitter in the past, but this shortened season, he was amazing. All right, let's move on to DH. Michael Brantley, Nelson Cruz, Marcell Ozuna, and Fernando Reyes, and Justin Greer. This is not even close. This is Marcell Ozuna. He was amazing this year. He showed that he's probably one of the best players in baseball. Had a bad year, had a contract year. Atlanta gave him 1 year, and he popped up just like what Josh Donaldson did last year. Absolute monster of a season. Was just fantastic. We see over 1,000 OPS, average 338, 18 bombs. As DH, we don't really need to worry about defense, but if we looked at all these guys, I'd probably say he has the best defense out of these 5 guys. Playing left. All these guys are outfielders, but yeah, all right. Let's go into outfield. We get to pick 3 here. I'm not gonna read all these. You guys can read them yourselves. Some guys we can eliminate, like I don't know. Let's go. I don't think Trent Grisham should be on here. He did have a breakout year, but it wasn't anything special compared to these main guys. Kyle Lewis did break out, but nothing special. AJ Pollock, same thing. Eh. First pick. I gotta go Juan Soto. Juan Soto is an absolute beast this year. Pretty much hit whatever came at him. I see a 351 average, which is just stupid. Yeah, there's not much else to say. It's really hard not to pick Mike Trout here because he's Mike Trout and he's the best player in baseball, but you have to pick Mike Trout. You just have to. It's a rule. No, it's not a rule, but we look at the numbers with the elite defense. Not a lot of stolen bases, only one stolen base. Not really sure why. But yeah, and then my last pick, I know Yastrzemski had a really strong year. Will Myers definitely revived his career this year. I wasn't expecting to have such a great year. Acuna was good, nothing crazy. The average kind of dipped this year. Got to go Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts, best right fielder in baseball. Just had a fantastic year, and he's a big reason why the Dodgers won the World Series. All right, let's move on to starting pitcher. A lot of pitchers have good years. First things first, gotta check off Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish was the guy. Had a fantastic year for the Cubs. Big reason why they made it to the playoffs. Looking at the rest of these players, who do I want to go with? Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber is probably the best pitcher this year. Might be best pitcher in baseball. We'll see. We know that Jacob deGrom in the past has been the number one guy, but Shane Bieber was absolutely filthy and definitely deserves my vote. All right, we still have 3 picks left. I don't know what I want to go with, to be honest. Trevor Bauer for sure. I don't even know why I didn't think about that. Trevor Bauer is absolutely filthy as well. Monster year. We don't see it in the record, but record doesn't really matter for a pitcher. It's really what your bats do within those games, so it's not really his fault. But just a stupid good year. Alright, we got 2 picks left. I could go like Giolito and Hendricks, but I don't know if they deserve that, or Keuchel. Let's go. This is tough. This is actually really tough. I'm gonna go Max Fried. I think Max Fried deserves a vote. This Atlanta pitching rotation struggled very early on, and I believe Max Fried was injured at some point, but he came back and had a fantastic year. Became the ace in that rotation really quick. Was not the ace. Was okay of a player, just kind of like a prospect coming up, and just blossomed this year into that ace role. They still got Soroka. Ian Anderson also came out of nowhere. He's only like 21 for the Braves, so I think Max Fried deserves a vote just for what he did for the Braves. I don't want to go Garrett Cole, even though it makes a lot of sense. He was good. He wasn't like amazing. I guess I'll go Jacob deGrom. He deserves it. Yeah, you gotta go Jacob deGrom. Best pitcher in baseball. Still an amazing year. Does this year in and year out. Deserves my vote for starting pitchers. And I believe, yeah. All right, so relievers are the last position we got to do. Let's see. Who do we got here? I gotta stop saying so many times. You guys probably hate me for that. Let's go Nick Anderson for sure. Nick Anderson had a fantastic year for the Rays. Big reason why that bullpen carried them into the playoffs and did so well in the playoffs. That bullpen was lights out. Questionable move about Blake Snell and all that in Game 6, but we're not going to talk about that. And then another guy that came onto the scenes. Let's go with a younger guy. It's between Karinchak and Devin Williams. I know some other guys might deserve it, but I'll go Devin Williams. This guy was also an absolute beast this year. Both these guys kind of came out of nowhere and had great years. So yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this content, make sure to like and subscribe as always. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace.